y'all. So this week, we're going to start a simulation. And so it's going to be in your MindTap program, but we're going to have to back up a little bit. We started with the communications unit in MindTap, but we're going to go back to the first couple of chapters because that's where the office simulation starts. Okay, so in your folder for this week, you're going to see it looks like there's a whole bunch of things to do, but they're all part of a simulation. So let me first off start out by saying that if it says like 1.1T, that's going to be a training, and then 1.1A is an assessment, and so on and so forth. If it says it's a T, then it's training you, and then the A is the assessment. Um, and the training is only worth 25 points, and the assessments are worth 50 points. As far as the training goes, I just have to basically see in the program that you did it, and I'll be able to see that you completed it, and then I give you the credit. The other ones, they score you automatically, and it automatically puts it in the grade book for me. Okay, so now this is going to be a simulation of working in an office and working with the software in a medical office. Okay, I hope you enjoy it. It'll be some really great real world practice. So the first one, let me say this also. If when you're clicking on the links to go to your MindTap, it should take you directly to that part of the MindTap book that I want you to do. Um, Now, if you click on the link and it doesn't automatically, let me close that real quick. If you click on the link and it doesn't automatically open up a new tab for you, then it opens up a window in which inside Schoology that you have to then click to go to the content. That means that you haven't allowed the pop-ups from Schoology. And you really want to allow the pop-ups, especially in that simulation software. It needs to be allowed. Okay, so what you need to do to allow it is if you click on the link and it doesn't automatically go to a new tab and take you to MindTap, then I want you to look up here after you've clicked on the link. I want you to look up here on your address bar. Now, I've already done it. So mine doesn't have the little icon up here. It's got a little red dot on it, I want to say. And you should be able to click on this little icon that appears here and just say always allow pop-ups from this site. And that way, when you click on it, it'll automatically go there and it'll allow pop-ups inside your simulation. Okay, so you'll see that when I click on the first link, it's going to open up a new tab. There it goes. And start the first simulation, which is about navigating the menu systems. So the first couple of ones that you're going to do, it is interactive and it does want you to do things, but it is primarily just trying to show you how to work the simulation itself. Okay, so I've already started this one. I've actually, oh, it says it's my first try. Okay, it's because I'm in a new class. Good. So when I start the assessment now, since it's the first time that you've done it, it's going to give you a little getting started, little tutorial for you to go through. I want you to go through this. You might think, oh, I can skip this tour. But go through this real quick. It's simply going to show you the different parts of the screen. This is the task panel. And it's just going to tell you about the actual simulation instructions and how to get around in the instruction part of it. Okay, so you got your task panel. I don't want to go through the whole thing. Here's your step-by-step instructions. I'm going to let y'all progress through that when you start yours. Okay, it'll be helpful to know that information. Okay, so once you go through that little tutorial, it's telling you what you're going to learn. You're going to learn the menus, tabs, and buttons to navigate through key portions of the PM EMR system. All right, great. I know what I'm going to do now. So basically, you're just going to follow the instructions on the right-hand side. This is still a training. So you're not going to really get it wrong per se. They might tell you you did something wrong and then ask you to do it again. But as far as grading, you're not going to get something wrong when you're doing the training. Okay, so you have to read through the instructions. You kind of need to read it all. Don't just scroll down to the bottom and say, oh, it says select day. They're trying to tell you in the instructions, you're viewing the landing page, and that by default, Dr. Anderson is the provider that's going to show. This is the appointment schedule for Dr. Anderson. So it's important that you read all the instructions, and then finally it tells you to do something. It says you can display this calendar of appointments either by day or month view. And so it looks like we're in week view right now. It says select the day. Okay, so it might be pretty simple upon initial, but you really kind of need to go through all this just to get you used to using this whole screen, because eventually you're going to be doing things, that it won't tell you exactly where to go and what to click on. Okay, so it says you're looking at June 12th, and it really wants us to look at the 23rd. So when I come over to this smaller calendar, and a lot of it is intuitive. If you've used other kinds of programs, it does go along with that. So there's nothing new in that. Okay, so you're going to go through all the instructions. I think this first one is about, I don't know for sure, but I went through it. I don't remember, 17 steps or so to get through it. And then it'll say that you completed. Now, if you start it and you got something that you have to do, there is a save, and it should save where you are. And when you go back to it, it should pick up right where you were. Okay. So I want you all to go through each of the items, links in this folder this week. It will not take you as much time as you probably would have in class to perform them all. But I want you to take your time, and I want you to read all the instructions, and remember that the ones that have a T are training, A is assessment. But you need to do them all because they're all for a grade. Okay? All right, I hope you all enjoyed. I hope you have fun with this. I hope this is interesting to you and that you learn a lot from it. I'm going to get some feedback from you to see if you like the test out. I'm sorry, not test out. If you like the MindTap program, or if you liked that program that we worked in last week, which was the Applied Educational Systems, or maybe we'll just mix it up and go back and forth. Okay? All right, y'all have a good week.